All right, everybody, we are live again on another Thursday. As we do every week, we got a special guest this week, and we're going to talk a little bit about his entrepreneurial journey, his journey in the league, to how he got here. But again, I'm here again with my partners. I got Tavante the Guru and JD the Champ for real estate. And again, JD, you brought us another special guest. So I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce Chris and let everybody know a little bit about him, give him a good, proper introduction.
Man, I'll tell you. So I'm excited for this one. I'm really glad to finally have this brother on. You know, we tried to have him on before, but he was busy in the middle of football season. But this brother is literally like a brother to me. Grew up with this cat, 7th grade out. We have ran together, played football together, blood, sweat, and tears, acted the fool together, have been proud to watch this brother's rise, from watching him go from high school football to college football to living out the ultimate dream of making it to the league. And now, you know, then ended up in coaching young men like himself so they can reach that same dream he reached. But even better now, just watching him grow his brand, his clothing brand out and try to reach the masses with the message of financial literacy, especially amongst people of color. With no further ado, I introduce to you my brother, Chris, Dirty Money Cash. What's up, baby?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? I appreciate you guys having me.
For sure, man. For sure, man. We appreciate you taking the time to hop on here, man. Like I said, bro, like, you know, it's been awesome seeing your journey. But you know, feel free, real quick, you know, give us a little bit about who you are, Chris.
Well, you know, I'm from Stockton, California, born and raised. I grew up on the west side of Stockton. Grew up. I'm one of 5. I'm the youngest boy. I'm the baby boy. I got a baby sister. I'm the youngest of 5. My mom was a single parent. She raised 5 of us on her own. She did a hell of a job. I think she did a hell of a job with us. Unfortunately, you know, obviously, family have problems, you know, and things. We go through things as a family, and you know, and I got a brother that's doing 25 to life right now, and I got a sister that was murdered in Oakland. You know what I mean? So I saw all that stuff at a young age, and just me I'm just a student. You know what I mean? You don't gotta tell me nothing. I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean? I tell a lot of people you don't gotta teach somebody. Sometimes all you gotta do is let me be around you, and I'm that kind of guy. Is you know you don't gotta teach me too much. Just let me roll with you. Let me sit in the car with you and let me see how you move and shake, how you run your business and stuff, and I'll pick up what you're putting down. But my mom, you know, she's a hell of a mom. She's a phenomenal woman. You know, she just passed on the 26th of January. God rest her soul. But she did the best. Her, you know, and I always cherished my mom. My mom. Everybody say I was her favorite. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But you know, my goal. Just seeing what I endured, you know, just seeing my oldest brother going to prison. He was pretty good in football, an athlete. And then seeing my sister getting murdered, you know what I mean? That was crazy. And then seeing my brother that's right above me, getting 25 to life, man. So I had some lessons just from seeing what not to do. You know, some people want to follow their big brothers, big sister footsteps. Like if my brother gang banging, I'm gonna go gang bang. Or if my brother going to prison, I'm gonna go to prison. You know what I mean? Or I was like, no, I learned to do the opposite. And that's what makes that what made me so different. You know what I mean? That's what made me who I am today was when people will go left, I'm gonna go right, you know. And but I learned from that, you know, that situation. And I was able to just channel my energy to something else. You know, I had a lot of anger, and a lot of people don't know that. You know, when I was younger, I was deaf. I had to learn sign language. A lot of people don't know that. So I had to overcome the deafness. I got my hearing. And then in elementary school, I was I was in special education. It had nothing to do with how smart I was. I was pretty smart. It had to do with my behavior because I didn't know how to channel my energy. You know what I mean? And a teacher of mine named Mr. Ramos, he was like, "Hey, we need to put this young man in some type of activity, right?" So they put me in football. So start playing football at a young age in elementary, flag football and stuff. And then I eventually start playing football and a Pop Warner I didn't play organized football until probably about 13, which is in middle school. I was okay. I wasn't too bad. And my mom was like, "We got to put you in something because the teachers, principal can't keep on calling me, telling me you ain't going to listen to the teacher because you ain't my mama, So, but yeah, and I channel that energy, all that pain and stuff from, my siblings doing wrong. And so what happened was I ended up going to Franklin. And the story about Franklin. I played with Franklin with JD. You know what I mean? The people champ. He played tackle for us. You know what I mean? We won some pretty games. It was a lot of games and stuff like that. So from there, I was good enough. I created enough steam to get a full scholarship to play college football, and went to Colorado. And realized that my transcript from Texas, because once my brother had went to prison, my mom decided we needed a quick chain of scenery. So we ended up going to Texas for 1 year, and that was the best experience I had because football in Texas ain't no other. There ain't no other football. Football was king in Texas. If you play football in Texas and you good, you're king. So went up there to go see my grandfather. My grandfather lived in Texas, in northeast Texas, called Dangerfield, Texas. On Friday nights, the city shut down because all of them at the doggone football game. That's how big football is in Texas, especially in the small towns.
That's big difference there. From like Stockton to Texas. What was that change?
Big. Like? The change was for me. I mean, I knew I was pretty good. I was really confident in my ability. And to see, one thing I can say about myself, I didn't need a coach didn't have to tell me to go work out. A coach didn't have to go tell me to go run hills. A coach didn't have to tell me to go backpedal. A coach didn't have to tell me to make to have goals for yourself. You know what I mean? I'm a visionary. All right. I literally, when I was young, I saw myself being drafted. I saw myself buying my mom a house. You know what I mean? You gotta visualize the thought got to come in your mind first before you actually see it. The thought got to be there. You got to visualize it, right?
And I could vouch for that. I could vouch for that, Dirty. I mean, to cut you off, but I remember one of the distinct things I remember, especially when you got back from Texas, your attitude towards football changed. You was definitely taking it more serious when you got back, and you were always extremely talented, but you were one of the few guys, especially, our team, we had some knuckleheads, especially the more talented guys. But you were one of the very talented guys that I would see after practice working on your backpedal, working on your get off, working on your, just working, just actually like doing work where everybody else was getting ready to leave. I watched you do the work. So I can vouch for that, man. And then, like that visualization, because like I said, none of us really came from that. And writing down your goals. Where in the hell did you get that from that environment? Where did that start?
Well, I watched. My mom was she watched a lot of television, and so I used to watch television with her, and I'll see things on television that say, "Hey, write your goals down," things of that nature. And then what I did is, like I said earlier, I took heed. Like I listened. I might not ask you a question, but I'm listening. I'm very, 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 very observant. I'm very observant. So that was the part that I took, you know what? I was like, I gotta write goals for myself. This is what I want to be. And I try to hit those marks. I might fall short on a couple of them. I want to be a pro bowler. I want to play 10 years of league. You know what I mean? That didn't happen. You know, sometimes, you know, nature, you know what I mean, happens. You know what I mean? Whether you know, I broke my arm 2 years in a row, you know, or tore my ACL once, you know what I mean? So sometimes nature happens, you know, and but you got to pivot. You got to adjust and pivot. Adjust and pivot.
You know, one thing I heard from you too, Chris, is that describing your life, my life and your life is pretty simple. It's really interesting. Like my siblings, I was like you. I watched all the stupid shit they did, and I was like, I ain't doing that. So I totally understand the power of being observant, because you know when you're observant, you know you watch people make mistakes, and you get to like learn from theirs right then and there. You learn from their life right then and there, and you like explode forward because you don't do that same stuff. So that's one thing I heard you. And then your experience of being deaf too. So I stuttered when I was a kid, and I got a question about those two things. You being observant and being deaf. How does that add to this idea of you doing things different than everyone else? Because I'm pretty sure it had a lot of value in it.
Well, you know, obviously, you know, being deaf, obviously you got to concentrate on what people, you know, what they're trying to communicate with you. So that, you know, my concentration had to be, you know, very, very keen, you know. And then also, once, you know, I just feel like I just wanted to be successful, man. It just in me, you know. I just feel like, you know, no matter the situation, you know what I mean. Right now I'm in a situation, but no matter the situation, I'll find a way to get it done. And unfortunately, you know, with the hearing, I was able to overcome that. You know what I mean, and that kind of built my personality, kind of built, you know, what I'm all about. And I'll be honest with you guys, ain't nothing in my life have come easy. I always had to take what I want. I always had to kill what I eat. And that has nothing really given to me. I had to earn everything I got to this day. I had to earn it.
That's awesome,
man. Yeah, going back to your point of like even because I remember how excited you were when you got accepted to Colorado. You was juiced, man. You was juiced. Everybody around that time was taking their recruiting trips. You got hooked on Colorado, and then I remember the kind of, once the whole transcript mix up happened, you know, the kind of the letdown of it. You mentioned pivoting earlier and being ready. Like that was one that I think a very early pivot for you. Like what did you learn in that experience when you had to take that step down and then go to JC and then, you know, then transfer to a 4-year?
Other than, you know, my sister being killed at a young age, that was devastating. You know, I worked so hard, man. I worked so hard, you know. I worked so hard to get there, get to that moment. And I was projected. People don't understand. I actually went to school for 2 weeks. Went all through training camp, was balling. They had me as a true freshman playing nickel as a true freshman. I would have been playing Big Ten football at 175 pounds as a true freshman. They had high hopes for me. There's only 2 people on that draft in that recruiting class that they felt that was a possibility going to play on Sunday. It was me and Jay Sean Sykes. Jay Sean Sykes, I think he signed as a free agent for the with the Denver Broncos, and I got drafted 6th pick. First round. No, 6th pick. The first pick in the 6th round, pick 175.
There you go.
Good shit. Good shit.
awesome.
Yeah, man. So I know you transition, you made that pivot, you know, learn some life lessons there. You go to SC, ball out at SC. You started both years at SC, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then now you getting ready to get drafted. What was that like, man? Like that was fun watching.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you guys something. You know, I have so many times, man, I get kind of emotional talking about this stuff. But so I had a setback going to Colorado, right? Setback. I was penciling to be a true freshman playing nickel in Big Ten, playing against Nebraska. I probably played against Nebraska, all them big time schools, right? When Nebraska and, you know, all them schools on top. Setback. They was like, you know what? People don't understand that I was highly recruited out of high school, but when they tried to hide me in San Diego, and then they wanted me to go back to Colorado. Well, when I got to San Diego, all right, when I got to San Diego, I still remember the day I got there. I was crying like a baby on the plane. Yeah, I didn't even go back home. I flew from Colorado straight to San Diego. They flew me there. They tried to hide me. So I went there, didn't know nobody. They had no money, didn't know nobody. This is back then, they got player image and likeness now, but back then, it's totally different. They took care of me. Put like that, they took care of me, right? And
I didn't know anybody. You get a lunch ticket.
Right. So when I went there, met the coach, Coach Kraft. I owe a lot to Coach Kraft. And I went there, and you asked my boy. I got another friend named, his name is, I call him Big Swole, but his name is Bilal Watkins. I told Bilal Watkins this, and you can quote me on this. You can ask him every time you meet him. He'd be around, I told him, listen, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. I don't know what y'all doing here, but I'm about to go to the league. I don't know what y'all doing here. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on here. But I need you to help me get me to school every single day, because I need to go to the league. And he'll tell you that. But anyway, so in Colorado, we got there in Colorado. At Palomar, first year there, I didn't start. I had to take somebody's position. Took his position, took a guy there that was already there. He ended up going to San Diego State. Took his position, and we ended up winning a national championship my freshman year at Palomar. Next year, we were ranked number one in the country. I was getting highly recruited, Ohio State, UCLA, Colorado, USC, Washington State, San Diego State. I mean, let's go on and on. I decided to go to Southern California so my mom can watch me play. Obviously, I knew some guys that I played with in high school was actually on the team. So it only made sense to go to Southern California because my teammates were there, from high school. So got there, right? Played well, balled out. Here come another obstacle, right? I tore my knee bone. I fractured my knee bone my senior year. I was having a hell of a year. I fractured my knee bone my senior year, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. It's like, yeah, well, you're done for the season. I had like 2 picks. I was balling. I had 2 picks, gang of tackles, whatever. And I remember when I was sitting on the counter, not on the counter, but on the thing where you actually stretch your legs out, and they told me the bad news. And he's like, well, I was thinking I wasn't gonna get drafted. I was thinking my money gone. That's the thing that I was thinking. I was like, man, my money's gone, man. My money gone. So, but sure enough, I got the bone stimulator. We worked it out. Got invited to the NFL combine that they had like a month ago. I experienced all that, all that hoopla, getting interviewed by all the scouts and stuff like that. And a month later, I got drafted. So I've always overcome something. There's nothing since I've been on this earth that I ain't overcome. I overcome, my sister, my brothers, but both of my brothers, one in prison, one's doing life in prison. All right. I go to Colorado. Well, nope. You messed with transcripts. That's another obstacle, right? I go to Palomar. I go to Palomar. I don't got a car, so I got to depend on somebody else. But I made it work. You know what I mean? It has to work. If it has to work, it has to work. I had to make it work, right? Went to SC. I had to overcome that obstacle because they had starters there. I beat them out, right? Played, hurt my knee bone, all right, fractured my knee bone. Overcome that obstacle, got drafted. So I'm just a walking inspiration to people who to let them know that no matter the obstacle, right? If you got will, right, and you got a vision, and it means something to you, you'll find a way to get it done.
Marcus, go ahead, man. Look like you had something.
No, that's true, man. I think most people, they're looking for that easy button, and it doesn't exist. I heard Tiger Woods. He said one time, most people get upset when they don't reach their goals, but you never put in the work, so you don't deserve it.
Shit.
That hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
But
it's real
true.
though.
It's true. It is true. It is true.
And listen, and I'm gonna add something to that. You know what I mean? I don't know if this might be a bar or not, but hard work doesn't guarantee you success.
No.
Hard work just give you an opportunity. Whatever you do with that success is up to you.
That's true. I like that. That's real talk. That's real talk, man. And like you said, no, you definitely living and walking it, man. Because a lot of people they see the end result and to be like, oh man, he's so lucky that made it. He's so lucky, but they don't even know. Like they don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? Having to get your transcripts being out of order and you crying on the flight to San Diego out there, not knowing anybody, having to pick yourself back up because there ain't nobody. That's the messed up part too. A lot of people when they see you on your downfall, they're just like, oh, okay, he ain't gonna make it. All right, that's over with. You know what I mean? They stop rooting for you, and you're the only one there to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and get back on the grind, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's definitely something I've always known about you is you've had an extremely competitive spirit. I mean, you can't help it. You talk so much shit. You gotta damn near back it up. Because you was definitely a huge shit talker when we was growing up. Chris is one of the worst. Chris is one of the motherfuckers one of the people you didn't want to walk by in the hallway. Chris is one of them cats, man. So you definitely like it, but it makes total sense with how competitive your nature is. You know what I mean? Like it comes out where you're extremely passionate. And I know, like I said earlier when we were off camera, like I know how much you hate losing and hate giving up. But it showed, like, just having you talk right now shows where that comes from. So, man, so knowing now, like, you went through all of that, you get to the league, you get drafted by the Lions. What was that first year and experience like in the league?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Talk to me.
It was different. It was unusual. It was amazing. It was exciting. And it was difficult. It was difficult. And I mean by difficult is just I've never been to Detroit, Michigan before. And that's a black city, I'm from Stockton, I'm from Stockton, we got some, we got some Asians, we got some Hispanics, you know what I mean? We got some Mexicans, black folks. When I get out there, it was nothing but us out there, which I loved, but it was like a culture shock. But just like any other thing, I overcame that, I got in my little groove and stuff and got to get into the money, and but it was once I figured out, like I said, I'm gonna sit back and see how the veterans, how they move, what are they doing, how they doing it, how they keeping their bodies in shape, what are they doing extra after practice, how are they studying, things like that, and I kind of took that and I ran with it, and I realized in the NFL, it's not the talented. That you can be talented, but that don't guarantee you anything. That just give you opportunity. Like I said, what you do with that opportunity. It was a guy that got drafted before me. He came from South Carolina and played in the SEC. His name was Andre Goodman. He was way more talented than me. You know what I mean? But I understood how to play the game of football. Just like if you know how to put if you started a business, you know how to put systems in place. You know what I mean? Your business is going to be successful. I mean, I just knew how to play the game of football. God blessed me to, play the game of football. You know what I mean? Just personally, I was injured. I got hurt, but it was, I just learned how to play the game. And I was like, oh, if I do this and do this and do this, oh, I can play 10 years if I don't get hurt. I knew I picked it up so quick. if I do this, and run this play, I'm good. I'm not gonna at least get at least 7, 8 in if I don't get hurt. Easy.
So you
Guess
saying
what?
after going through so much you did in your life, to hustle, to grind, you get to the league and everybody there is not hustling and grinding like that?
Oh, no. There's only a few guys up there. Them the ones that last, after 3 years. It's so hard to make it in the NFL. It's hard. It's only the 1%. It's 0.001% make it, right? Everybody want to be in NFL, right? And then when you get there, it's hard to stay there. Why? Because they have a draft every single year, and they got guys that's been there who have families, or who got families, wives and kids, where they're trying to survive too. So you got to outplay them. You know what I mean? And you got to understand the game, just like anything else. You got to know how to play the game. Just like if I was playing checkers, hoop, you know what I mean, Uno, dominoes. You got to know how to play the game. It's easy. It's just like that. I got to figure out how can I be successful in the position I'm in, whatever position I'm in on the football team. What kind of value can I bring to the Detroit Lions? What kind of value, if I'm a teacher, what kind of value can I bring to the faculty at a high school? What kind of value can I bring if I'm a mechanic to the shop? You know what I mean? What kind of value can I bring? That's important. Is understanding how valuable you are, right? And then show people how valuable you are. So when it's time for them to pay you, you tell them to cut the check.
I like how you did that. Plug the brand too. I like that. I bet, man. So okay, man. No, that's awesome, man. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that, especially a lot of talented people, that you also have to work extremely hard to stay there. Once you like you said, you get that opportunity, you got to bust your ass while you're there if you want to hold on to your job. So I know that's a big portion, man. So I know. So with you were with the Lions 3 years.
3 years, correct.
3 years, okay. Then the third year, I know you came across another pivot. You came across another challenge, and was it your ACL or MCL?
It was my ACL. I tore my ACL. I'm gonna tell you how crazy this is, guys. I tore my ACL. I started my rookie year. Now I started 13 games. It's only 16 games in the season. All right. Obviously, you got a bye week, but now it's more than that. Now it's like 18 weeks now. But I started 13 games as a rookie. All right. And did well, played well. Got my first interception against Tom Brady. I should make him sign it, but anyway, that's a whole other story.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I started that year. Then following the second year, I only signed a 2-year deal. Like I just knew I was gonna come in and have some type of impact. I just bet on myself. If I don't bet on nobody else, I'm gonna bet on myself. And that's kind of the confidence I had. So I signed a 2-year deal. The second year, I was penciled as a starter, right? And they just paid Dre Bly like $32 million. I still remember like it's yesterday. I was like, okay, they're gonna pay this dude $32 million. I'm like, man, I'm about just as good as this dude, Unfortunately, he just came off a Super Bowl championship. I mean, he won a Super Bowl championship, and then lost the Super Bowl for when he's playing for the St. Louis Rams. He's playing a nickel over there in the St. Louis Rams when they had the greatest show on turf. But anyway, he came to Detroit. They paid him all that money. We still friends to this day, by the way. And I was starting. He was starting one side. I started on the left side. I put like this. I'm so competitive. I don't care how much money you didn't pay this man. I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna outwork me or outbeat me or outstat me, because I'm trying to get what you just got or what you just received. You know what I mean? So he'll tell you to this day. The year that I got hurt, I tore my ACL. I was out playing him in training camp. He'll tell you that. But anyway, so I'm gonna tell you the story on how I got hurt. So we playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, I got another story about this Pittsburgh Steelers deal. Right, so on draft day, I'm sitting there on Superior Street over there out south with my mom, my girlfriend, my niece and nephew, and my sister.
I remember that.
And Pittsburgh Steelers had called me. They're like, you know what, Chris, we're gonna pick you with the next pick, right? So the pick before the Pittsburgh Steelers was the Detroit Lions, right? So I was like, okay. They literally called me on the phone and told me, hey, we're gonna draft you with the next pick, like right now. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to be a Steeler, right? So I'm like, cool. Sure enough, I ain't talked to the Detroit Lions the whole recruiting process. I flew into San Francisco, flew into other places and stuff like that. But and sure enough, Detroit drafted me. But anyways, that bring me back to that the game I got hurt in. So when you're penciled in as a starter, like coming in for that year, right? The third game, the starters play the whole first half, and then the first series of the second half, which is the first series in the third quarter. So, you know me, I'm doing my thing, what I normally do, be where I'm supposed to be, make the plays I'm supposed to make, executing the technique, right? And I'm running to the ball. I'm running to a ball carrier, and I'm running to the ball. He cut back. He hit my knee. I'm done for the year. And that's another obstacle I had to overcome. I just started crying because I knew my money was gone. I just knew it. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, after that, I kind of never recovered after that. You know, I played the next year in Detroit, the third year. Then they ended up signing another dude for another $32 million, which everybody knew I was better than him. But hey, it's politics, and everybody knew. But anyways, and then I ended up going to Atlanta Falcons and making an immediate. I came in making an immediate off the street. I came off the street, played the next game against the Detroit, against Buffalo, and I was out there balling. I only know a couple coverages out there just getting to the money. You know what I mean? But then I end up, breaking my arm that season, and the next year break my arm again, and then my career was over with. Just that fast. I was in there that quick.
Damn, man. So that's great. Whirlwind of emotions, man. Like going from the tippy top to that. So now you after you've done your years in the league, you've had this big dream, you've hit the tippy top, and now you're what, 20, 25, 24 at the time?
26, 27.
26, 27. And you basically retired from the profession that you've built up. You've been working your ass off all these years to get into, and you're semi-retired. What was the transition like from football player to Chris? Your identity now. You're Chris Cash off of the field. Your identity as a football player is now gone. What was that transition like, man? Because I know that can be heavy.
Well, I think you played football. You start at 6, maybe 8. You play about 12 years, and then you play like possibly another 4. That's, you know what I mean? That's what, 16. And if you play a couple years in the league, that's 18, 19. So, but it was, I was depressed. And I put so much into it. I sacrificed so much, and I feel like I had so much more to give, but nobody wanted to give me opportunity. I'm 27, and I feel like, I was like, why God did do this to me? You know what I mean? I overcome all the stuff I overcome when I was in Stockton, all the stuff I had to overcome when I was in Colorado, all the stuff I had to overcome in San Diego, all the stuff I had to overcome at USC, you know what I mean? And all the stuff I had to overcome when I was like, why me? Like I sometimes I always want, not now, but during that moment, I was like, why me? I worked so hard, I put so much into it, but life, that's life. It never goes how you want it. You just got to roll with the punches, and keep rolling and keep rolling. And but my son, man, me having my son changed my life. I had a newfound mission, to raise him. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even put football on my son. He's been around ever since he was walking. I don't teach. I haven't I don't really teach my son stuff about football. He picks it up from just being around me, coaching and stuff like that. But and then when he asks me, then I pour into him. But as of him, just me, because you know, a lot of people, I tell a lot of people this, you know, and I don't have this issue. But a lot of people, a lot of a lot of a lot of a lot of people that didn't execute the opportunity or didn't go all out when they had the opportunity, or per se didn't get that opportunity to play in the league or play in college. They live through their kids. They push their kids. They make their kids go over. They want to live through their kids. You know what I mean? I tell my kids when I coach my kids, I told them, hey, don't ever be that guy or that parent that you got to live to your kids because you didn't bust your behind when you had the opportunity.
Man, Walker's, and I know that had to be something. I've got girls, you know, and having children, it kind of takes you, whether you're ready or not, into that next step of life, you know. And just like many of us, you've taken that next step. But how has the transition been from going from that to starting your own brand, Cashmadebrand? How did you get to that point today? And what is your brand all about?
So I like teaching. I like inspiring young men. Not only young men, but just young people, period, you know. And I feel like each one teach one. You know, somebody inspired somebody to teach me, all right, to take me under their wing, all right, to give them some information, all right. The problem about information is you got to apply it, you got to execute it. But so when I transitioned from retiring from football and trying to find my way, and being around young people and being around high school kids, and then end up going to JUCO, coaching at JUCO, and coaching at the Division I, and that coaching in the NFL also, was that I think I had so much more to offer young people, and so much experience, and you know, to give people, like I said, that I truly believe that we're here to inspire, teach, and create. There's only three ways I believe you can become successful: inspire, teach, and create. You know, and I truly believe when I came up with this concept called Cashmadebrand, was I want to inspire, I wanted to teach, and I want to create. And the two things that I feel like that people need, you know, in the African American culture, and not only just my culture, but all cultures, is financial literacy, right? It has no color boundaries or language boundaries. It's universal. You know what I mean? So I wanted to create something that's universal, that I can inspire, that I can inspire and teach people how important financial literacy is to the world, actually, you know, because you need it. You know, even though the dollar ain't worth a crap, but you still need it to, you know, to buy things and stuff like that, and able to survive. So what I did is I created Cashmadebrand. It coincides fashion with financial literacy. And what we do is we teach people, we teach customers financial literacy through our merchandise, our clothing, and platforms.
For you, Chris, for getting in that financial literacy space, did that kind of start with what you saw in the league, like with how you saw, you know, league is majority black, you know, 80-90%, like, in naturally, like we get a chunk of opportunity and money when we are able to get into the league. Did you see a lot of people wasting that opportunity while you were there?
Yes, but that brings me back to this, right? So when I was at SC, right, I was in a dorm, and you know, obviously we had some, I had some my teammates and stuff, but we actually had friends that wasn't, they were students, right? And we're all, having, we're all drinking and stuff, and we're having a conversation, right? And we're all talking about some things and stuff. And this one Caucasian guy, he was like, he's like, my parents pay for my tuition through life insurance. And I was like, huh? And that right there always stuck. That situation, that moment stuck with me forever. So that brings me back to when I was in the league and how I saw all this money being thrown around, wasting money, strippers, wasting most of the money on VIP sessions, on trips and stuff, and all that good stuff, on jewelry, on flashy things, assets and stuff like that. Liabilities and stuff like that. So I took that, I channeled all that information and all that, what I've seen, and I put it into a brand that made sense. So what I endured and what I've seen, and of course, I bought a chain. I bought some beat in my car. I might have, I bought VIP tables, not as much as everybody else did, but from time to time on my birthday or whatnot. I've been on a couple of trips, when I was young, you got to experience that. I think you got to experience that. Just, I think when you go out the country, it's a whole different type of, you think different because people take what we have for granted. When you go out of the country, from third world countries and stuff and see what's going on over there, it makes you think a little different, change your way of thinking and stuff like. But those type of things, all I endured and what I experienced, cultivated the idea of the Cashmade brand.
Love it. Got you. All those life experiences put together kind of brought you to here now.
Exactly.
Got it. What's the ultimate goal with the Cashmade brand? Where do you see Cashmade brand in 5 years?
The Cashmade brand will be a six-figure, seven-figure business. Probably by 2024, 25. You can mark my words on that. It's just the concept that I think is bananas. I think it's, I think it's truly unique. I think I have something special there. I got so many logos I haven't even dropped yet. Right now I only got 3 logos. But it's really unique. It have substance. For me, it's not about me taking your money. I want to educate you. I don't want to be where I take your money and I don't give you anything back in return. I want to give you something. I think teaching somebody and giving somebody some information is way more than anything else in life. I really believe that giving is fulfilling for me because somebody took the time out of their lives to give to me, like Coach Brees, and Coach Berner and all those guys, and so I'm just paying it forward. But I think with this brand, I think it's unique. I think it's catchy. It makes sense. It speaks to all ages. I got people calling me like, when you gonna make a Cashmade onesie? When you gonna do kids? When you gonna do kids joggers? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So but everybody on this call, everybody in the world is Cashmade. It just depends on how you interpret it. When you get up in the morning, right, and you go out there and you hustle and you grind, and you go out there grinding for your family to bring home the bacon, you're Cashmade. But the difference is the difference is what you're gonna do with that money. All right. Are you gonna go back and invest it? Are you gonna reinvest in yourself or reinvest it in the stock market to make you something back? Because at the end of the day, it's all about lifelong currency, man. Lifelong currency. That's one of the other logos. It's about what kind of legacy you gonna leave your kids, not only your kids but your kids, like Beyonce said.
I love your story, Chris. I think that what you have to offer is that energy that you shared with us from the beginning of your story. That energy, that focus, that observation. I think that's your magic, man. I think that everything that you've been done has been growing to this point right now. And I think you got a lot of experience to share with young folks. And I'm excited for the education you can provide to them and ways you're gonna share that information to them. Speaking of that, like I know, how they gonna learn about this information? Different financial tips, whatever. How they gonna learn about this stuff from your brand?
Well, I have, like, my platform is dope. It really is dope. You can go on, you can actually go on my website, and then there's a financial literacy tab on the website, or you can follow me on Instagram at Cashmadebrand, where I literally talk about everything. Financial Fridays, I do a thing called Financial Fridays where I talk about everything, literally everything. I kind of break it down, like how 401k came about, the stock, the Dow Jones, how that came about. It was just, it's just crazy how me doing research. I get to learn stuff too. So not only when I'm doing research, I'm helping myself. It's just crazy when you open up the mind and you're willing to learn. You should never stop learning. You should never stop learning. So, and it just and then also I got Financial Friday that I talk about on Instagram, on IG Live every Friday. I try to be consistent about that. I got Cash Talk where I talk about what's going on in the in society, what I'm thinking about. I got Merch Chronicles where I'm telling you how I came about my concepts of how I do things. It's just truly dope and unique, man. And what I'm gonna do is I got a book coming out. It's gonna be called The 4 Seasons of Success. Right? Let me tell you a little bit about the book that I'm about to drop. I don't know if I'm gonna drop it as an ebook or a book, right? So I truly believe this. I think it's very special. I really think this right here can change people's lives, right? I really think this. So I call it The 4 Seasons of Success, right? And it's funny because I'm sitting back and I'm hearing Rock speak, and I'm hearing Neo speak, and I'm hearing Steve Harvey speak, and I'm hearing all these Grant Cardone speak, and I'm just hearing all these guys they talking, they saying good stuff, right? They're saying amazing things, right? And all they doing is what I'm looking for. It solidify. I can't think of the word right now, but they're making my 4 Seasons of Success. They validating it. That's the word I'm looking for. They're validating the 4 Seasons of Success, right? So here's one, right? The first one is consistency, right? I think if you consistently do things in life the right way, you're going to be successful, right? If I'm just speaking in just some football terms, I'm gonna break it down. If I consistently execute my technique, I'm probably gonna win that play, right? I'll say if I'm a student, if I consistently go to class every single day and I consistently take good notes, I'm probably gonna pass that class. If I consistently study for that exam, I'm probably gonna pass that class, right? Let's talk about the marriage. If I'm a husband, right, and I consistently love my spouse, 1 time out of 10, my marriage is gonna go well, right? So if I consistently go to work every single day, whatever it is, right, and I do a good job, I'm probably gonna get a raise. All right. So consistency, right? Number 2, confidence. There's no way in hell you can be confident, and there's no way in hell you can be successful without confidence. Impossible. You cannot be successful without confidence. Can't happen, because if you ain't confident, you're unsure about yourself, right? You're unsure about yourself of executing the task at hand. Impossible. If you like that girl over there across the room and you ain't got no swag, you ain't got no confidence, you ain't about to go get her. It's not about to happen, right? If I'm taking an exam, I ain't confident on the material that I actually studied for the night before. If I'm taking the bar exam, or I'm taking the firefighter exam, or I'm thinking about you got to be confident in the material. If I ain't confident, if I'm about to go to an interview and I ain't confident about myself and how I articulate and tell people how good I am and how I qualify for this damn job, then I'm not gonna get that there. I ain't gonna get that job. Right? Confidence. Right. Number 3. All right. Communication. All right. That's important. You got to know how to communicate. When you a CEO or you a boss, you got to know how to communicate with your employees. just gotta do it, right? If I'm in a marriage, I gotta know how to communicate with my spouse, right? If I'm a teacher, I gotta know how to communicate with my students. All right. If I'm the head coach, I gotta communicate with my staff and my players. Right? That's very important, communication. Not only communication, but you gotta listen too now. Sometimes just because you great leaders listen. Again, great leaders listen. All right, you gotta listen. All right. So not only communication, but you gotta listen and comprehend what the interaction, right? And then come up with a solution. Right. And the last one is commitment. Right. When you committed, you all in. Right. That's why when you're in a marriage, they don't say they don't say buy into a marriage. No, they don't say that. You know, they don't say buy into anything. So when you buy something, you don't give it back. Right? You don't give that thing back. But if you committed to something, that means you all in. Right? That's what they use that word commitment in marriage. Right? You all in from sickness to health, for rich or for poor. Right? So when you committed to something, you all in. It don't matter what's going on around you, right? It could be storming outside, but I'm working, right? I could be sick, but I'm still working. All right. I'm committed. I'm making sure that I finish the task and I reach that goal. And then you celebrate. The 4 C's of success: communication, commitment, confidence, and consistency.
I like the celebration part. That's solid though. That's solid. I threw up in the chat too while you talking, just so everybody can catch that. But man,
good bars.
Awesome.
It just comes. I don't know where I get this stuff from, man. It's just God, man. It's just God pouring out of me. You know, He giving me all this information, man. It's like I said, it's been a long road, and I still got so far to go. I mean, like I said, I think, I think this brand has so much potential. I want to start Cashmade University, where, we're gonna do some things like that, where you can some type of, maybe create a subscription service and stuff where you, maybe be part of that and kind of like earn your leisure, how they doing things and stuff like that. I think we can be just like Earn Your Leisure. What I learned, there's a book called Contagious, man, and I think it's by Jonah Berger. I think it's a great book. And one of the things they said is, all you got to be is the top 2 in something, top 2, top 3, maybe top 4 or something, and you'll be a millionaire. You don't got to reinvent the wheel. You really don't. You know what I mean? I got a question for you guys. When you think of when you think of steak sauce, what 2 brands do you think of?
A1 and Worcestershire.
Right. Both are millionaires, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right. What about ketchup?
Heinz.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's 2 of those, 2 or 3 of those, right? All right. I'm gonna give you another one. Car rentals.
Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Who the top 3? All of them.
Enterprise and Hertz.
Yeah. They're the millionaires. So my thing is, what I'm saying is, all you got to do is to be a top 2 in something. As long as you're always creating, you'll be successful. Another book that I listen to, that I ain't read, because when I read I get headaches, but I listen to a lot of audio books. Another book is called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. I'm say that again. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. He said something that resonated with me. He said that the art of getting rich is creation. Think about it. If you think of everybody in the world right now that has created something, are all millionaires.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Everybody created something, are all millionaires. Jay-Z with Rockefeller. I mean, yeah, he's a good rapper, but he created Rockefeller, him and Dame Dash. You know what I mean? You think of the Waltons, you got Walmart, you think of Amazon, you think of Meta, you know, and the list goes on and on. Tesla, you know, it just the list goes on and on. If you create something and there's a need for it, like the Cashmade brand, there's a need for that. You know, we making financial literacy cool. Why? Because you can wear it. You can wear it. So I'm not only what I learned. Fashion is a direct representation of how you feeling that day. If I feel like a tank top and some tights, that's how I'm feeling that day, right? If I'm feeling like some Balenciaga shoes, a shirt, and some jeans, well, I'm feeling kind of dapper today, right? So fashion ain't nothing but a representation of really how you feel, right? So what we're doing is we taking how you feel, right? Which really is you're creating, because fashion can be anything. You can go outside with a paper bag and put some type of paper bag on your jeans with some thumbtacks, and people might think that, well, if you rock it right, it's hot. If you rock it right, it's hot. You figure out a way. I was on a platform during COVID in 19, or I think it was 19, where I saw a dude make he started a capsule, a line from garbage workers, sanitary workers outfit clothing. I was like, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that not only is Cashmade will make you feel good on the inside, outside it's gonna make you feel good on the inside, because I'm gonna teach you. You're gonna be able to create wealth for your family. I think that's very powerful. I think that's very, very important. EYL is doing it right now. They killing it right now. They just did it before me. Appreciate you, EYL. Yeah.
Do us a favor, because I know I showed your website as you were talking along and stuff. Just go ahead, shout it out, the web link for everybody out there.
Okay, so the website is www.cashmade, which is CASHMADE, the number 4, the letter U.com. Also, you can go follow me on Instagram. To be honest with you guys, if you buy something, that'll be wonderful. But I would rather for you to follow me on Instagram, like, share, repost my content, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, right? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend what I'm doing and stuff. The IG is Cashmade, which is at Cashmade, which is CASHMADE brand, BRAND. And then also I'm on Facebook at Cashmadebrand, same as my IG Twitter. My IG Twitter. And I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at brand_cash.
And I know you said you like giving back, so you gonna give us a promo for any of our listeners since you like giving back?
Of course. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give 15% off to anybody who's listening on this podcast. I'm gonna drop it on the link. You know, it'll be perfect. I'm gonna send you guys a link. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be 50% off podcast, the word podcast.
All right, cool. Yeah, we get that. We'll drop it in the link in the description. So it'll be on YouTube for everybody to get a hold of. Man. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Shoot, man. Hey, you dropped some fire, baby. I knew you was gonna come with some shit though. I wasn't worried. I already knew. I knew he was gonna come with that energy, and it's hella cool just seeing you. I'm laughing because just seeing how comfortable you got and just opening up, man, giving us a lot of your story, but just showing the passion behind what you're trying to do right now, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for having me on. I like the interviews that allow me to open up a little bit more, because a lot of people want to know a little bit more. They want to know the person behind the brand, you know what I mean, and basically what it stands for, you know what I mean, and that's what it's all about. You know, I think I think they'll be committed to the brand more. I was about to use the word buy-in, but I think they'll be committed to the brand more if they understand the person behind the brand, and that's what it's all about. Just coming to my world, and I just, like I said, I try to give as much game as I can. What I learned is you got to over deliver, and success loves speed. So sometimes you just got to over deliver, man. And they'll always come back if you over deliver.
Facts, big facts. Man, shoot, y'all got anything else for me? Like I said, we don't like to keep you up more than an hour. Chris, you can drop a lot of shit for us right now, man. I love it. I think people gonna really gravitate to your story, bro, and knowing what you done been through, knowing what you like. The key word I've heard from you is just overcoming challenges, overcoming. You know what I mean? But man, dude, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Y'all got anything else, Marcus, Devontae?
Yeah, I was gonna say to you, Chris, I just appreciate hearing your story, and again, I'm just gonna reiterate. I think your magic is like your ability to kind of like it kind of reminds me of like I'm gonna be a little nerdy here, but like in gaming, you like learn these new skills, and new skills add new skills, new skills add new skills. I've seen that in your story. Like everything that you've been through has been either something you observed, you went through, and it's been like a power up for you, man. So I just say keep going, man. Just keep going and keep growing those skills, because they're gonna evolve you, and man, your brand's gonna be awesome. What you're doing is gonna be awesome. So I'm just glad I have this time with you.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys for listening, bringing me on. I feel good. I think this is therapy. You know what I mean? Because I had to get some stuff off my chest. You know what I mean? Because I'm going through some stuff right now. You know what I mean? Just understanding, just life. Just sometimes, you just need to vent. And this is my opportunity to vent a little bit. I probably won't coach this year. I probably gonna push the brand for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? And see where it goes. So I'm super excited for this next journey. I'm fired up. And like I said, at the end of the year, it's on popping. JD, get ready.
I already know, man. At the end of the year, wait for the call, baby. Like I said, man, we talk offline all the time. Like, for us being over 20 years deep in friendship, man, like, we talk damn near once a week. And like I always told you, man, you've always been a competitive ass person. From the if it's roasting, if it's racing, you know what I mean? Football, any of that, you always been competitive, bro. So like I tell you, man, I know you want them cats, and you really, really try to push your feet to the ground, and you push it. You trying to push something, you get behind it, you're gonna put your all behind it. And you know what I mean? I got the utmost faith in you that you're gonna do what you set out to do, brother. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Hey, and I'm glad you could use this as this platform as therapy, man. Like, and if you need to reach out, I'm always here, man. Shoot, now you got two more brothers if you need to reach out to. You got Devontae and Marcus too, man. So don't hesitate, bro. We're here for you.
I'm definitely gonna reach out to both of you guys, man. Hey, it's called group economics, guys. It's called group economics. We all need to help each other out somehow, some way, and that's what I'm all about. Hey, I don't want to live on a yacht by myself. I don't want you on my yacht. I want to pull up. We all pull up on yacht.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Talk.
It ain't. Yeah. I don't want to be on a yacht. I don't want y'all on my yacht, even though I can be on my yacht. But I want all y'all to have yachts, so we all can pull up. Paul pull up in the south of Spain, and you know what I mean, and do our thing. You follow what I'm saying? You dig?
Oh, talk that talk, baby. Talk that talk. I like that. Try to get a tan too. All right.
You realize you black, bro, right?
Hey, but there's levels to this. You see
and also, guys, hey, JD, I gotta say my thing, man. I gotta say my thing.
Talk your talk, baby. You here? That's what you're here for.
Listen, I'm just saying, hey, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys follow me. You know what I mean? Cashmade, cut the check. See you at the top.
I like it, man. Hey, I ain't gonna even close it out then. Y'all know what it is. Triple Profit Podcast. We are here every Thursday, man. Nothing but the best guests. Thank you, Chris, for once again, just coming across, dropping these bars, man. As Chris said, we will see you guys at the top. If not at the top, we're gonna see y'all next Thursday. Y'all ass better be here. All right. Other than that, man, peace, man. Y'all be easy.